Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some more Stoneshard, shall we? Picking up where we left off with our guide for complete beginners, and, well, we took out the boss, so we can empty the boss's room, and we've already read this one apparently, so that's sad, but we do get some experience. And there's a trap right there. Now, a box in this room, I am going to shout rest attack mode. That's not what I want to do. I want to pick that. There you go. Pick it because I figure it'll probably be pretty decent. Yeah, it's better than most of the stuff here. So we'll get some of this and this and this and this. And, well, there's a bear. So let's see what we can put into our pouch. This is an ancient copper ring, which is it's just worth nothing. We'll put that there. And then we can put the dice away. And let's sort. Probably don't need a stick. And by probably, I mean definitely. And then we can pick this up. This doesn't sell for a whole lot, but it's just better than zero. Rhubarb. A little food. Hey. This is, as it says, the burnet can be used for upgrading the caravan. We need 2 of these. So, that's nice. Okay, another fish shield there. They really got a discount on fish shields, this group did. Alright, we will pick it. And we're going to try to be very careful. I mean, there's not really anything we want to make, but we gotta... Yeah, of course, it's locked, sadly. We don't want to break our crowbar. So what we're going to do is be careful and not use it. Spool of thread sells reasonably well. Peasant cap, eh. Okay, so our crowbar here has 1 durability, so we don't want to break it because it's more expensive to buy a new crowbar. So we'll save it. We have not yet killed every fool who lives here. There's a door over there. So let's go check it out. Well, lentils are good. I don't need that bowl. I also have these random arrows, which I don't need. We can do a better job if we find some really, really valuable stuff that we want. There's a guy. Ah, there's several, unfortunately. I mean, this is okay. I'm probably going to go a little bit further, though. I will shout. And then take 2 steps back like so. This is just me. Trying to get the archer out of the picture. Okay. So he tried to attack but missed, and then I hit him really hard. And he was shot. Okay. So I don't mind that outcome. You want to be careful that you aren't killed, or the archer doesn't kill your buddy that's fighting you. Because if that happens, then I feel like you don't get the experience if the archer kills the person that you're trying to kill. And we did it. We cleared it out. How's my health? It's great. My hand is a little hurt. And now we have finally gotten hungry. So let's eat. I'd really rather not. I can eat this. And it helps a bit. I'd rather cook this. So let's look around for... Oh, we already found the place to cook, so let's just see what you got. Hey, ancient coins are always something we enjoy. Okay, locked. So I somehow picked up arrows again accidentally, just clicking around moving. Happens. Alright. So we could come back here and just loot it all. Just pick up all the treasure and just celebrate. However, that would require fixing our crowbar and coming back, and it's just a lot. Can I make, this is peasant stew, but can't I make something more like, we need a tomato, a beet, or a carrot to go here. And we need cabbage to go here. So I can make peasant stew. Which, alright, fine. We did. Alright. But it's not that great. So I'm going to tell you that I am not going to come back and loot this place out. It is a decision that I am making, not necessarily because it is the best decision for making money, because it's not. It's a decision I'm making in the interest of expediting our guide series. So this is something I'm just doing because I want to save the time that it would take to walk all the way back here and loot this stuff and move on. However, understand, of course, that once you have the contract completed, and then there's no deadline. You know, it might say deadline, but they don't really mean that. Once it's dead, the deadline stops. Or, not it's dead, but in that case it's dead. We had to kill everybody. Once the contract is completed, then you have unlimited time to kind of, tie up any loose ends. Now, I believe they just changed something where in some of the harder dungeons, they would reseal after you had left, so you couldn't go back in. But I think they changed it so that no longer happens. Something to that effect. Harvest. Lentils are so good that I always pick them up. Ooh. Now, you notice how I dropped a lentil right there? That's because of the resourcefulness. We got an extra one. You could see in the log over here in the bottom left, Arna picks up lentil times 2. So remember, we have a chance to get an extra when we're gathering, which is also really helpful for our food. And just living off the land and, having everything be nice and affordable for us as we attempt to cut our teeth. Now, that's a feral dog. Remember, we saw these before. Now we have a chance to butcher a feral dog. It's not very good because of our weapon and our skill, and also they don't, have the best pelts, but we could stand here and just you know, get some experience fighting this guy. Oh, he's running away. Now he's coming back. They're barking. I'm just standing here and waiting. Raise shield. Alright, so now that they're both dead, what we want to do is butcher and butcher. And you see how, in that case, it said we can't salvage a pelt, but we got one, a mangy pelt. We also got some meat. Now, I'm actually going to take the pelt. I'm going to show you here. I'm just going to eat this, just to get it out of our inventory temporarily. And then the mangy pelt. Pick this up. I want that more than I want. I don't... I'll take the antitoxin. So this pelt right here is not great, but with the right stuff, we can make it into a... Here we go. We can make it into a bedroll, which will give us experience, and because we have resourcefulness, it'll give us double the experience. And I believe it's something substantial. I think it normally gives you 50, and you get 100 with resourcefulness. And 100 is not a joke. I mean, you know, we're only need 1750 to level up, so it's a good contribution to our stack. Now, the guy is not here to claim the reward from, so I am going to just ask for a ride back here, and I am ready to embark. Excellent. And let's sell some stuff. So, I'm going to come around here. Now, this guy actually does a pretty reasonable job of buying certain things. So, I'm going to sell him some stuff. He won't even buy this pelt from you. He doesn't like it. And that just tells you how horrifying it is. But we were able to sell a few items. I'm going to sell the mead. Sort this up. We're up to 166 just from doing that, and our inventory is opening up. Let's go over here. And I'm going to tell him the good news that we're done with the contract, and we get a little bit of money, and everybody knows about us. The good news has been spread. Alright, so we're going to go in and just see what the countdown timer is. And oh wait, there is no countdown timer. Excellent. So I'm going to go here and we're going to dump in this bucket, this pelt, these books, this rope, just all of the items to burn it, the time, the things that are useful for upgrading caravan, the oil. And we will click here to sort. Take a look at what we have. Okay, good. And I'm going to sort this up. I'm going to put in all the lentils as well. And even this recipe and this garlic. The garlic will probably go bad before I do anything with it, but that's okay. Excellent. So, let's see if I have... I'm going to rest, first of all. Just a little bit. We need a drink. Collect water. There we go. That still didn't cure my weariness. So, I need to rest even longer. But in the meantime, I want to see if I can move out. Let's hit the road. And do I have enough food to make it? I do. To Bryn, let's roll. So, we have 1900 turns before we can move again. And our fatigue is still here, so I'm going to go ahead and sleep until 10 a.m. Here we go. And we are no longer fatigued, but we now are hungry. So let's make something. Well, we have some lentils and we have some garlic. So lentil soup. We can make right here. And we'll eat it. And excellent. Alright. Poppy. Time. We have enough of that. There's a grave we could dig up with the right instruments and wreck our sanity, but or you know, actually morale as well. I think it's not good for you to dig up the dead, but it's up to you. Take this straw for free. There's a free rope over here too. I'll take it, and this straw. We can, the rope and straw and stuff are useful for making bedrolls, for turning into fodder, for some of the upgrades for the caravan. So we'll gladly take them. I'm gonna come down here. Yeah, first things first, let's sell. So our good buddy will buy our books, and I'm going to go to the caravan and we can sell anything that we've already read. This one, this one, this one, this one. We can also sell this guy some bolts of cloth, but we want to kind of keep them. Now, I don't think I need this many spools of thread. He will buy this nice silver cutlery, which is worth selling. He will buy this, and he will buy that. And why, that book there. So we've already got ourselves up to about 1,000 again, just by selling a few items here to our friend. Now we know we need to find our buddy, and we need to head to the guild quarters, so we will. Also, while we're in Bryn, there is no reason to not come over here. You know what? I'm looking at our map, and we haven't really been in Bryn at all, have we? I apologize. Sometimes I'm playing a Let's Play as well with Arna that's much further along, and I have forgotten that we haven't really been in Bryn. So we finally came to Bryn, and if we have spent any time in here, it's not much. But right at the top, as you can see, I'll show you on the screen, right here where there's this, book with the kind of bookmark sash running through on the sign, that's where you could sell the books. Down here, at this sign, is the Elven Merchant, the trading house of the Azure Thread. There's some nice stuff here. You can get some unique exotic things here. There's a giant church. And then there's a very expensive inn. You could stay at cheaper inns. There's merchant stalls all around that sell a variety of nice items. But here is the bank, and if you come around here to this door, at the back of the bank, you'll see that you could talk to this guy, and you could say, I'd like to exchange old full weight crowns. And he said, and it tells you how many you have in square brackets. We had 198, and he says, let me count them. And he will give you 792 present day crowns in return. You should always do this. This is an amazing exchange. And we say deal, and now we just made a whole bunch of cash. So that's tremendous. By the way, also, some of these bags, I'm going to try to make my life a little easier and see which bags actually have things in them. Oh, well, it's all in this bag. That's funny. Empty out this bag. And then let me merge like so. There we go. Okay. So now we have a few more items to sell. Make some extra cash while we're in Bryn. And this is just a great place to stop. Trade in all your coins. Ancient coins. As far as I know, there's really no other use for them. So you always want to sell them. And now we are in the guild quarter of Bryn. And they want us to go to the leatherworking workshop, the carpentry workshop, and the blacksmithing workshop. And you'll see that these are them here. This is leatherworking, for example. By the way, this is the jewelry shop. You can get really good prices here for jewelry and gems. So if I want to sell, for example, these, agate gold nuggets, they give you good prices for these. They don't want our dice, but everything else is good. And these guilds, unfortunately, will not sell you anything until you become a member. And that's kind of a long, arduous process, but that's okay. See who you can talk to, and you want to talk to the head honcho. Why are you creeping around? Searching for someone? Yes, Daryl. Is this where he works? A lot of folks around here, but I don't know any Daryls. Be on your way, will you? Okay. So, not there. There's a nice quest line you can do later. It's kind of expensive to undertake, where you can actually ingratiate yourself to all of these different guilds and meet their demands, and then they will sell you items secretly on the sly. But we're not to that point yet. Alright, there should be a guy right here. Here he is. Is Daryl a craftsman here? Yeah, his name is on the list. Why? So he's here on the list. I need to talk to him. I don't appreciate you distracting my workers. And I have better things to do than memorize everyone's face. Go look for him yourself, okay? So I will. So I'll go look for him myself. Are you Daryl? No. I'm looking for Daryl. He worked through an entire shift yesterday. Can you show me where he is? Do I look like his mother? He's on leave, doing what he does best, drinking away his earnings. Go scour some taverns and inns. Bryn has plenty of those. I know he's down on his luck, so I imagine he can only afford the cheapest booze for the time being. Okay. So, the cheapest booze is not in the Mint Square, nor is it in the Guild Quarter, but the game tells you it is here. In the docks. This is where the cheapies are, and this is where we will go. Alright. Oh, you know what? Derp. We just haven't been to Bryn in a while. But of course we came to Bryn, because this was part of the initial quest where we went in here with our buddy Varen. We just haven't been back in Bryn in a while and used it as a functional part of our repertoire as a mercenary, which it has become. Okay. So we're looking for a really cheap place to drink, and, well, here's one. In the Close Harbor Tavern. And here it is right here. Bam. Let's go. So, let's kind of look around, see what we got. No, he doesn't say anything. What about you? Killjoy Karen. Nope. Wait a minute. What about this guy? Boozing away right here. Why, it's him. Hey, I know every face around here, but yours is new. Sit, let's drink. I'm Daryl. Nice to meet you. How about a story? Everyone here is already sick of hearing it, but maybe at least you will take me seriously. If only you lot knew what's happening below Aldor's old churches. The host abandoned us. This much I'm certain of. Sure, go ahead. I used to be with a caravan, did jobs for a certain treasure hunter all over Aldor. One of them took us to an old monastery where we got ambushed by some cellar-dwelling freaks. Half the caravan was slaughtered on the spot, the rest dragged into the catacombs. Only by some miracle, I and 3 others managed to escape. Sorry to hear that. Daryl doesn't react to your words. Right now, he just wants someone to listen. Keep listening. Lost my sleep because of this. I figured I could start anew in Bryn, leave it all behind. But the reality is, I'm just a serf for the guild. Before all this, I spent decades on the road, traveled to Jacinth, Nistra, everywhere on Aldor, saw many sights along the way. And you know what? I miss it. The wind on my face, the creaking of wagon wheels, but now there's nothing for me to do except breaking my back for a few crowns and drinking like a pig. Listen, how about you join us? I'm gathering a caravan. We could use someone with your skills. And who is we? That would be me and Varen. Now wait a second. Varen sent you. No wonder you're being so agreeable. Tell him I refuse. There's no way I'm walking into the same trap twice. One time was plenty. Locke and Byrne's death are on him. Don't blame Varen. The chapel was Gwynel's idea, and now he's on the run. We went to his hut. Everything there reeks of death. Not sure what he's planning, but he needs to be found. And why should I care? What's done is done. Before the chapel, at least I knew what to expect from the job. Unlike you, I'm not a mercenary. I can't risk my life like this. Would you rather spend the rest of your days slaving for the guild? Things will be different this time. I'll handle the risks. Daryl takes a few seconds to mull it over. Can't rightly say I enjoy my current life of drudgery. There's no future for me here either, and the past died in those cellars. It's still Varen's fault, though. His fault for leading us into a bloodbath, for trusting Gwynel. But you're right. Gwynel must answer for everything. Fine, you win. I'll talk to Varen. Where'd you set up camp? I show him, then I'll see you there. Might as well start packing. Almost all my stuff belongs to the guild, but I still own a few things. I'll sort it out when I get to it. Till later. All right. So now, we got our guy. We need to go meet him. Back at the caravan. So, we'll do a proper, perusal of Bryn and its facilities kind of organically as they become important. But right now, I'm just going to go straight north to the final quarter, get our experience. I don't know if we've actually been in the old towers. Yeah, we have, because we didn't get any more experience. But we can leave through the gate right here. And this will allow us... Here we go. Oh, this is actually the pawn shop. And you can go in the pawn shop and... This place has just rando stuff, but you can also, I believe, sell them stolen stuff if you have any, which we're not really in that game, but it's possible. Oh, I didn't even realize I had that book, but I'll sell it to him anyway. Excellent. Now, you'll notice I have some money. In fact, almost 2,000. I'm saving it all. So you can see the caravan is just straight above us. The reason that I'm saving all my money is so that we can upgrade our caravan. Okay. And there they are, chatting. And now, we have added another member to our caravan, and we're rocking and rolling. So we'll continue this dialogue. We'll move back. You can see we don't have to wait anymore for the horse, so we can get some fodder and move ourselves up, perhaps back to Manshire to do the two skull contract that's here, and continue cranking out the quests and leveling up our Arna and our caravan. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Take care.